Lately, as I picture the creator's journey, I've been kind of visualizing like a staircase with each step representing another area of growth. Some people are further up in the staircase, and some people are just getting started, but there's a whole lot of us somewhere in between there. And one thing that's really cool is that we really shouldn't be doing this alone. We're reaching up for the others who are further ahead for help while reaching down to help others up to come with us along the journey. And something that I think is really cool as I visualize this is that sometimes the best mentors are the ones who are only just one or two steps ahead of you and not the people who are at the top of that staircase. Somebody who's just one or two steps ahead of you can feel what you're going through. They remember the struggles that you're going through. They were just where you are currently at not too long ago. Those struggles are still fresh for them. They've just recently solved the problem that you're currently facing so they can break it down in a language that makes sense for you to help you take practical steps. When I think about the coaches that I've experienced, the ones that are like way further ahead of me, where they have been posting content for years, sometimes even 10 plus years, the advice that they give doesn't really feel attainable. I've heard advice from many YouTube coaches or content coaches giving advice like just simply post a 30-minute video every single week, or hire an editor, or delegate tasks, or whatever advice is. While this advice probably makes sense for somebody who is further along in their journey, this doesn't really make sense for somebody who's literally just getting started. For somebody who has never even posted a video, they have no idea how to come up with a title or content ideas or what to talk about or how to even make a 30-minute video without just rambling and saying, I don't know, whatever. This is not advice that really makes sense for a true beginner. But that coach who is so much further along in their journey, it makes sense for somebody who has been posting for a while, but maybe they haven't been posting consistently, or they don't know how to create their content pillars, or how to stay on topic, or whatever it is. For somebody who is further along in their journey, but they're just not seeing progress, that advice makes sense for somebody like that. But for the content creator who has been posting for 10 years, isn't really thinking about a true beginner, because when they were a beginner, that was 10 years ago, and they're not really thinking that way anymore. Another example might be a fitness coach. If you're just getting started with your workouts, you're probably not going to reach out to a bodybuilder, somebody who you're intimidated around and is telling you how to work out 5 days a week and eat this diet, and just all of the advice that feels so overwhelming that you know you're not going to stick with that, because that is so much further ahead for somebody who's more advanced and has already been working out and is eating a semi decent diet, but not for somebody who's never worked out before. They don't have that muscle memory. And when they do go to the gym, they feel so sore, they don't want to go back. You're looking for more advice that is how to do home workouts that just keep you consistent, or when you stay motivated even when you are sore. Or maybe you just want the advice of how to keep going, how to stick with your routine. You are more likely to hear advice and take advice from somebody who has practical steps for the level that you're currently at, and not somebody who has been doing this for 10 plus years and doesn't even remember what it feels like to be where you're currently at. So this is what's really cool for somebody who's just getting started. You do not have to be a complete expert at what you do in order to help somebody. You just need to be a little bit further ahead than somebody to be able to help them and really make a true difference in their life. It's still great to hear from the ones who are much further up, because they're holding the vision. They're showing you the possibilities. They're showing you what it will be like when you do get there. They're holding that vision and that belief for you. When they were a beginner, it was so long ago, they just don't have those fresh memories anymore. They don't remember what it feels like to be in your shoes. And then sometimes we have a ladder. I started picturing a ladder getting up to the next levels too. And sometimes that can look like having a course or some kind of step-by-step system helping you to actually take practical steps. And those are very helpful as well. But even when you have a step-by-step system getting you to the next level, it's still great to have a mentor holding your hand or just encouraging you along the way, helping you to apply those steps in a way that makes sense for you where you're at right now. And just there to remind you that that vision you have, that dream that you have, that's there for a purpose. You have a purpose. The reason you started your business, the reason you started your YouTube channel, the reason you got started is there for a purpose. And sometimes you just need that reminder to tell you to keep going, that you are doing this for a reason. Sometimes you just need somebody there by your side cheering you on to remind you to keep going. And my biggest takeaway for this is that you don't have to wait until you're an expert to start making an impact. Start right where you're at. Start with sharing your journey. Stay focused on helping the person who's just behind you. You're not trying to help the people who are at your level or even further ahead. And that's where it starts to feel scary and you start to get imposter syndrome. You are truly here to help the people who are just one step behind you or two steps behind you. There will always be somebody just behind you looking to get to where you are currently at. We're all kind of making our journey up the staircase. And when you get further up, then you can kind of pass the next level onto those newbies at that time. As someone helps pull you up, you're pulling the one behind you up. And this is how we just keep moving the system forward. And I believe community is so powerful for this. It's not just one person pulling everybody up, but we're kind of working together as a team, bouncing ideas off of each other, encouraging each other, just being there for each other. We're all helping each other reach new levels every single day. And if you want to join my community, I will link it below.